Devil's Lake can be the most generous place in the world on one day, and the next day it can make a grown man down to his knees.
It's time. The Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit is in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. The anglers are only allowed to use artificial baits to hunt the walleye, and Devil's Lake has a few tricks of its own.
Gotta do a tree, son of a...
Who will be crowned champion of this two-day event? Find out here on Federation Angler TV. This week, we travel to Devil's Lake, North Dakota for the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit at the site of Graham's Island State Park for this two-day tournament. The rules of this tournament allow anglers to have 7 fish in their live well, catching them only on artificial baits and only weighing in their best 5 fish. The team that wins here is guaranteed a spot in the Cabela's NTC and is also awarded $15,000. Berkeley Gulp is raising the stakes as well, contributing an additional $3,000 to the top 5 winners, making this tournament one of the most exciting tournaments of the year.
Everybody's in this area of the neck of the woods has got walleye on their mind. Everybody comes here to fish for walleyes. And in that fishing, they're going to find out that there's a lot of northern pike in this lake. There's a lot of white bass in this lake, and they're running into some nice perch. So the lake is currently at around 220,000 acres in size. You know, you have depths down to 60 feet, somewhere in there. You'll find a lot of depths in that 20 to 30 foot range, and then you start getting into the shallows, the outskirts, the areas that are more recently flooded, you know. So you have quite a range of water depths. I don't care where you go in this country, if you have good fishing, try to keep it a secret. You can for a little while, but eventually that secret comes out and everybody and their dog is over there fishing.
As the sun rises on day 1 of the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit, our anglers launch their boats and get checked in before heading out onto Devil's Lake to find those big walleye.
We got 77 teams out there fishing for their 5 best walleyes here in Devil's Lake. They can go anywhere, they can float their boat. Water levels are just right, so they're going to be able to get underneath any of those bridges they need to get in those newly flooded areas.
Mike Doris and Brian Tortson already have one in the boat and are looking for more.
Normally we'd like to stay in one focused area and just grind it out all day long, but this tournament's a little bit different and we've struggled a little bit pre-fishing and catch a fish here, catch a fish there, so we'll start bouncing around and pull spinners with Berkeley Gulp on them and pull some crankbaits as well.
How much you got left?
30.
30. This one just went to the snag.
20. Forget it.
My God.
Northern.
Is it a northern?
Yep.
It's an old flooded road and there's a weed line, and my electronics, I'm making sure that I don't drive into those weeds. It'd be nice to think that the weeds were straight down the road, but as you can see here, there's clumps of them out a little bit farther, so I'm using my side scan, structure scan here, to make sure that I don't drive into that weed bed, because sometimes it darts out and I gotta be able to see it before it's too late.
When we return, we'll visit with Sean Carl and Brian Steichen as the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit continues here on Federation Angler TV. This episode of Federation Angler TV is brought to you by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Ranger Boats. Still building legends, one at a time. And by Mercury, #1 on the water. Thinking about joining the MWC? Go to our website at masterswalleyeCircuit.com. We're in Devil's Lake, North Dakota for the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit, where Sean Carl and Brian Steichen have had to change their game plan.
Well, we thought we were going to pull plugs to start the morning off, and we had a road bed. We went through there and nothing with that, so we come back to here where we know we can get some short fish just to try to get the day started.
There's one, Sean.
There we go, one up front.
Oh, it's a northern. It's a good northern, though.
We can find plenty of the wrong species, I can tell you that.
Oh,
Oh,
he just bit me off. Northern?
I didn't feel the head shake yet, but I just got hold of the rod. It's coming in pretty easy if it's northern. It's not that big though. Another little guy. Flip him in, we'll go try something else. Lively little guy.
A lot of pike today. That's actually been the story the whole week. We've caught a lot of northerns every day.
There we go, another one.
Get him?
Drive at it, went down in the weeds. Oh, it's off.
I think it was.
I don't know. No, it's back. Shaking its head.
Oh,
There, it started shaking.
well, so far the first half of the day has been a little slow. We've kept 3 smaller fish, and we're gonna take off and go across the lake and see if we can't locate some little bit better fish. We had hoped that we had one area that we had hoped to pick up a few bigger fish first thing this morning, but it just hasn't worked out so far. So we'll see what the second half of the day brings. The conditions are about the same. We've been having north winds for about the last 5 days, and we had them again this morning right away. But it's just been a tough week of fishing.
With the day wrapping up, we head to weigh-in to see what the day's weights will be. Traver Deagle and Paul Steffen are in a commanding lead with 24 pounds, 13 ounces. Clark Williams and Kelvin Lawrence are in second with 17 pounds, 8 ounces. And Lance Shetter and Brad Behrens are in third with 17 pounds, 7 ounces. The weigh-in site is not just about walleye for our anglers. The local youth benefit from learning a few tips as well as aquatic education from our tournament pros.
After each MWC event, we do a kids clinic and we hand out rods and reels and educate them on invasive species and any questions that they might have about any of that stuff. They're here for a fishing tournament, so they all love to fish. They all love to be outdoors and on the water. So when they can get a rod they can actually use. I mean, the rods and reels we hand out are functioning and they can go catch fish with them. So I mean, it's just great. They're all excited and smiles and they're just here to have fun and love being outside. You know, we just want to be there to get that initial step for them, to get them outdoors, and anything we can do to help to get those kids. I mean, they are the future of our sport. Without those guys, fishing wouldn't be there in 10, 20, 30 years. So we do as much as we can to get them going, and then in hopes of the parents just to see how much they enjoy it and then have them take them out and continue.
When we come back, our anglers head out on to Devil's Lake for the final day of the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit here on Federation Angler TV. This episode of Federation Angler TV is brought to you by Low Rents. Find, navigate, dominate. Low Equipment Attachments. Zippo Outdoor. And by Berkeley Catch More Fish. Welcome back. It's the final day of competition here in Devil's Lake, North Dakota for the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit.
Gotta get you close enough for the duck so you can see your kill switches, gentlemen. Second flight, boat 39, Dave Randash and Nick Fosh. Second flight, due in at 3:30.
We start the final day off with our current leaders, Traver Deagle and Paul Steffen from Pierre, South Dakota.
Whoa! Trevor caught that last one. We have 2 good ones in the box right now. We need 3 more fish.
We had a good day yesterday. We got 2 in the boat, 2 big ones in the boat now, 1 15-incher. And we're just looking to fill out a limit now. Hopefully we gave ourselves enough of a cushion yesterday to catch a limit now today and put us in contention for the win.
Dude, basically what this is where we're at here is on these a bunch of rock and rebar and all sorts of things down there at the base of these towers. Basically what holds the towers up there and supports it so it can't get washed away. So the bases of these are 35, 40 foot. This one we're on specifically is about 37 foot. And we're just trying to get as close to that rock rubble as we can because them fish are laying around the edges of that rock, kind of looking for bait coming in and out. Using electronics, you got the transducer set up, one showing the back, one showing the front. You can see that rubble every time you get close to it. I just kind of weave away from that rubble. Seems like our better fish come next to that rubble though.
Small one.
You bet, you bet, you bet. This is it. Right? Oh. Gator. Ah. Oh, I got the heart beating.
Look at that.
Yeah, please pick it up.
That'll work.
This is it.
Two left.
Like I mentioned earlier, hopefully these fish are sitting here and just, sometimes they come in waves. So we came on this one, we picked up, it was a good stop. We kept a 15.5-incher here. Just want to kind of keep moving around though. Don't want us to get too focused in on one spot. I'm just going to keep bouncing these pillars all day long to find our last 2. Right, isn't it? Nice work. Yes! Oh, baby!
It is. Number 4. 22-incher, 21 maybe. I feel a lot better now than this morning. 21 and a half.
The one we needed, that was a huge fish, huge fish. So we're doing the same technique as what we're doing yesterday. Just ripping vertical baits, primarily hutches, one eyes, jigging wraps, thunder blades, anything, blade baits, whatever. So we've actually fished, this is the second time we fished this pillar already. Net. Don't worry about it. Came here this morning, we cracked about a 5-pounder on it. It's pretty dead this morning. ran down to the next 2 pillars. Each one produced a fish for us. And now we're on this one again, and we just caught a really nice 21.5 inch off this one. So it's just kind of a numbers game. You just kind of go through and keep hitting spots, hitting them over and over again.
When we come back, we'll wrap up our coverage and see who is crowned champion of Devil's Lake at the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit here on Federation Angler TV. This episode of Federation Angler TV is brought to you by Motor Guide, Never Stop, Optima Batteries, True Blue, and by Church Tackle Company. Thinking about joining the MWC? Go to our website at masterswalleyeCircuit.com. Welcome back. Traver and Paul, our current leaders, are having a great day. And with their vertical jigging approach to catching walleye, it's caught the eyes of other anglers.
You know what I think, Malloy? I think you guys are buying drinks tonight. I see our fishing technique change a little bit. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's gonna happen. People see on specific spots doing specific techniques. I don't hold anything against them. I do the same thing if I was sitting in the same location and, you know, and someone else was cracking them on a specific technique, and I'd switch over too, you know, so I mean, there's no hard feelings there.
Nice fish, boys. We're using here is a 1-eye. Just vertical jigging, and we've been tipping it with gulp to give it some scent. Sometimes it helps. Yesterday, later in the day, we caught a lot more fish. A piece of gulp on the end of our 1-eye and jigging wrap, so we'll try it again today. Fishing with 12-pound test Berkeley Nanofill. No stretch line is nice. You can feel everything that happens. Sometimes if you get snagged, you can pull your lure out of those rocks. This color's been good for us. Anything green, basically. Later in the day, it's kind of a more natural color, seems to be working better. Early in the morning, it's brighter. Not sure what to think about that.
Red horse, sucker.
Huh.
Got them all now.
Thought I had a decent walleye on, but got a sucker. We'll throw him back. We're just running 2 different lures, one on each rod. Paul has 2 different ones on, and I have 2 different ones on. Just kind of work through it throughout the day and communicate with my partner, and work for us so far. I'm very happy with where we're at today. We had a great day again. No complaints, no regrets. It was a great day. Things are good. Life's good in this boat right now.
We join up with Kelvin Lawrence and Clark Williams, our current second-place team. But their luck has changed since yesterday.
Clark and I both knew that it could switch today, and but that's, you know, we had to give it a shot. And today it has switched for us. We didn't come in here. We did not pick up our first 20. You know, we've just been picking up small fish, and we're still waiting. We got an hour left here, and it needs to happen really soon, or you know, I guess that's why they call it fishing, but we're in it, and that's the way it works. So.
And with that, we head to weigh-in. The weigh-in site is full of excitement as some big fish are weighed in.
18 pounds, 8 ounces for a total of 33 pounds, 14 ounces. 5 pounds, 6 ounces. What do you got? That is a giant fish. 9 pounds even. Congratulations, you got a money fish. Let's get 2 fists full of fish. Hold them up for the fans.
With 1 team left to weigh in, let's find out who will become the Devil's Lake champion.
It is our last team, our day 1 leaders. From Pierre, South Dakota, boat number 14, Traver Daigle and Paulie Steffen, Beavis and Butthead. 24 pounds, 13 ounces. Hi, Kelby. 24 pounds, 13 ounces. You guys need 9 pounds, 13 ounces to take this tournament. 20 pounds, 13 ounces for a total of 45 pounds, 10 ounces. Our Devil's Lake, North Dakota winners. Thank you to Berkeley for presenting it. How did you guys do it?
I used a Hutch 1-eye in one hand and a jig and wrap in the other. The Hutch 1-eye definitely outproduced for me today too. Same presentation as yesterday. We kind of dialed it in yesterday, so I didn't see a reason to change that.
You know, by 10 o'clock we figured between 16 pounds, 15, 16. We were pretty confident at that point that it was wrapped up.
It's getting walleye fishing a bigger name to have a company like Berkeley come in and promote this event, and we appreciate that greatly.
This one here it's pretty tall. It stands up there pretty big because first ever major artificial only event. That's kind of huge. It's very impressive to us, and we're still kind of in awe over everything, how it worked out. It was two of the greatest dream days anyone in the fishing world can dream of.
Here's the final leaderboard from today's competition. Our championship weight of 45 pounds, 10 ounces belongs to Traver Deagle and Paul Steffen. Alan Freidig and Clinton DeVere come in second with 34 pounds, 10 ounces. Troy Morris and Kevin Brewer lock up third place with 33 pounds, 14 ounces. For more information about the Cabela's Masters Walleye Circuit, find us on Facebook and visit our website at masterswalleyeCircuit.com.